Now we round out this quick trade series with that of Dominic Smith. I think he's a very interesting trade candidate with some very interesting options. Let's get into it. What's going on, baseball fans? Jeremy Laracuente here for the Baseball Banter Broadcast. And as I said in the open, Dominic Smith to me is one of the more interesting potential trade candidates available on the market. I think that the Mets are likely going to try to move him prior to the start of the season, if not by the deadline at the latest. I think this is a candidate who has an opportunity to play in a couple different spots for several different teams, but we're going to get into what I believe are his three most likely landing destinations. So we begin with number 3. And that number 3 team is that of the Seattle Mariners. I think that Seattle has an opportunity here to really try and go for it in 2022. They had the longest postseason drought of any of the 4 North American major sports leagues, the NHL, the NFL, the NBA, and of course MLB. And because of this drought, I think that they have to try to build anything that they can up on their roster, including the first base spot. I think that Dom Smith is a much better first baseman than he is a left fielder, and therefore if the Mariners are going to try to boost what they have on their roster, I think that first base could be that spot. He also could obviously benefit from moving to the American League with the designated hitter, even though we're going to have the DH in both the National and American League too. So this gives him an opportunity to play in left field, in right field, first base, DH, all over the place for a team like Seattle. I think that this move would absolutely help take some of the pressure off of him, as he was playing in the Mets system inside of a big media market in New York. Moving to Seattle would absolutely, to me, help take some of the pressure off, take some of the responsibility off, and allow this player to kind of grow and mature and become the player that the Mets originally thought he could be. Now, that being said, I think for Seattle, this would absolutely be a player that they could plug into the lineup right away and help push their team towards a postseason 2022. As we look at the second team on my list, it is that of the Minnesota Twins. Now, again, with the designated hitter coming to both leagues, there's going to be opportunities outside of just the American League for potential DHs like guys like Nelson Cruz, who could have maybe made their way back to Minnesota with the designated hitter only being at half the league. But that now opens up a spot for the Twins to move Miguel Sano, whose best position is that of a hitter, to that designated hitter role, and bring in a guy like Dom Smith to play first base. Again, I think defensively Smith is a much better first baseman than he is a left fielder, and this could help the Twins go into the 2022 campaign elevating and upgrading a position in terms of their defensive at first base, but not have to necessarily spend a ton to get it. I think that if the Twins were to move Smith to first base and Sano to the DH spot, this is absolutely going to help their team entirely grow in 2022. Yes, I've already said it. I believe that the White Sox have this division in hand, and it's their division to lose. But Minnesota making some moves like this that may seem underrated at the time could absolutely help them sneak into a spot where they are creeping up on the White Sox for the top of that division. It was not long ago that the Twins were winning the American League Central each and every single season, and this could be an underrated move to get the Twins back to a position where they could dominate that American League Central division. Now, as we look at the number 1 team on my list, we remain in the American League Central, and I think that the Cleveland Guardians could absolutely look and succeed in bringing in a guy like Dom Smith. Whether he's playing in left field or first base or the designated hitter role for them, I think that this is a player who has an opportunity to go to Cleveland and really be a solid everyday contributor. I think that's been one of the biggest things holding Dom Smith back in terms of his position on the Mets, is being an everyday contributor. I think that they've moved him around too much and not allowed him to continue to develop and grow into the player that he can be. I think that by going to Cleveland, they're going to be able to have an opportunity where they're not expected to really compete in 2022, and therefore he'll have opportunities and time to be able to just go out there every single day, develop his craft, and become the best version of himself. So I think that for Cleveland, this is an opportunity to bring in a guy like Dom Smith, plug him into first base, let him go out there every single day, learn and grow under a manager like Terry Francona, who I think is an absolute brilliant mind in the game of baseball. So I think this is an opportunity for a guy like Dom Smith to get the best out of himself, but also for a team like the Guardians to bring in a solid, underrated, reliable talent. But I want to hear from you guys. Let me know your feelings on this down in the comment section below. Where is the best landing spot for a guy like Dom Smith? Where do you think his services would be best utilized for his own growth as well as for the team's? Let me know this down in the comments and we'll discuss it further. As always, keep it locked into the entire GLMG family with WeSibs, the Granny Geek Show, and of course here on the Baseball Banter Broadcast. For sticking around to the end, head over to baseballbanterbroadcast.com. Use the promo code BANTER to save 5% off your order. I want to thank you guys for joining me once again. Keep it locked in all season long as I continue to bring you the latest news, notes, and my personal thoughts, theories, and opinions on the game of Major League Baseball. Peace.